Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Wait, today I kind of want to do like a get ready with me, and yeah, we in my room. This is kind of how I woke up. I just washed my face and brushed my teeth, and now we can kind of do my hair and do my face and everything. While I do a get ready with me, I really want to talk to you guys about my birthing experience, like, and a little bit about postpartum. Not that much though, because I'm still getting used to it. Like, my room is a mess and everything is just out of place still. So as soon as everything is normal again, and then I'll feel comfortable with doing like a postpartum thing and giving you guys tips. But yeah, for now I really want to talk to you guys about my birthing experience, because oh my word, if it had to go the same, I'd never want to have kids anymore. So everything started the 7th of December. Yeah. Oh, happy new year. It's the 1st of January today. Oh my word, that's why I'm getting done. But yeah, it's the 1st of January today, 2023. So I hope you have a blessed year. I hope you said thank you for all the blessings of last year, and yeah, start the year off right so that it can end off right. But anyway, oh, people have asked where I gave birth. I gave birth at Karl Bremer. So I have medical aid, and I also had medical aid when I was pregnant, but I wasn't on the medical aid for 12 months yet, so I couldn't give birth through my medical aid. So I kind of had to do it through the government, and don't get me wrong, I was very thankful that there was even a way for me to do it through the government, but I will never again, guys. Oh my word. I went for a checkup at the clinic on the 7th, the morning, the 7th of December. And then I'm putting on more cream because that just wasn't enough. And then I came home and everything was fine. I was 9 months pregnant, kind of on track. My due date was the 13th. And it was the 7th, and we went for a checkup. Everything was fine. They told me, if you feel anything, like as in the baby's coming, go straight to Karl Bremer, don't still come to the clinic or whatever. So I went home and everything was fine. Literally everything was fine. And then I went to the toilet. On the toilet, I peed. Everything was done already. And then I took a piece of tissue and I wanted to blow my nose. And literally as I blew my nose, it's almost like I heard like a small little pop, like think of like a small little water balloon popping. And I heard that, and then I felt like almost like I was peeing again. And it was like, I wasn't sure, and I was like, Morten, like, I don't know if this is like false, but I think my water just broke. And Morten like got like into full drive then. It's just sunblock. Morten got into a full panic mode, to be honest. So we already had our bag packed and everything. I'm so happy it was actually on the toilet though. So I told Morten, you know what, let me just take a pad. I put on a pad, and then I waited like 10 minutes and I went to the toilet again, and the pad was soaked. So I was like, no, okay, let's go to the hospital. Morten was also like, let's go, even if it's like a false alarm, we can just come back home. So we went, and I went to the labor ward. I went to the labor ward, and I didn't even know what to say. I was there, like, they could tell, like, I was a-okay. It wasn't like I was dying or like a normal person comes in for labor. Wait, do I do my makeup first or do I do my hair first? I don't have like a sequence. I just go in. Let me actually do my hair first. So I have like this old wash and go, and I was thinking I'm gonna do two like low buns. Oh guys, for those of you that have been on my channel, do you see the quality? We're starting off the new year, right? We can even do videos in 4K. I'm not doing it in 4K because like I don't feel like you see enough. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the quality. I can't wait to actually do like a hair video for you guys with this quality. But anyway, Where was I? So I went to the labor ward, me and Morton, and we were just sitting there. They were like, the thing is, when we went, it was like 4 o'clock, like past 4. And when we got there, it was kind of like the day shift waiting for the night shift. So we got there at a time where they were like, okay, just have a seat. The night shift will come in now and then they'll help you. So that was no problem because, like I said, I felt no pain yet. While I was sitting there, I got like my first like feeling of like a contraction, like, oh my word. So it started while I was waiting there by the hospital, but it would be like once every 20 minutes. Yeah, and each time I did feel it's getting like a little bit longer and a little bit like more I can't handle. I would like grab the chair and Morton would be like, what must I do? What must I do? And I was just like, just do nothing. Just do nothing. It will go over. It will get done by itself. So yeah, so night shift came in. I told them, look, my water broke and everything. They were like, okay, no problem. I was scheduled, obviously, if you're doing it through the government, they don't ask you anything. Like I didn't know this. You cannot do a C-section unless they say you need to. Like, you are doing natural birth whether you like it or not. So I was kind of preparing myself. Like, I wasn't even preparing myself. I just didn't think about it. I was like, if this is what the Lord's letting me do and go through, He knows I can do it. So I didn't really worry. I wasn't even thinking about birth. Like, I was just like, when it comes, I will deal with it and I will get through it. I'm going in with the aloe and chai seed moisture milk from Aphrodite Organics. I love this stuff. It makes sure you look so moisturized, so rich. So the night shift came in. They took like my medical book and whatever that I came from the clinic with, and they then put me in one of the rooms. Okay, so I was like at the part of the hospital where this isn't like it's not like where you give birth. I don't know how they were explaining, but they were explaining to me that, like, this nurse was telling me, you are not showing the signs we want yet for you to give birth. So I think you might only give birth tomorrow, and we're going to take you to a different ward for the night, they were saying. And I was like, and the nurse was telling me, like, Morton can't be there. And I was like, what? Like, how can I give birth without Morton? But they were like, yeah, when it comes to that time, he can be there, but while you're not in active labor, he doesn't need to be there. And I was like, but I am in active labor. I'm getting contractions. So they put me on this thing where they strap around the stomach and it kind of tracks the baby's heart rate. Thing is, they say you need to be on there for 4 hours. I was like, 4 hours? So you're telling me I'm not even going to give birth in 4 hours? I thought and as this is going on, my contractions are getting stronger. But the thing is, I don't know, for the longest time, I'm the type of person that, like, I'd say I don't like to burden people. Like, that is kind of the main thing. So even though I am in pain, I try to make it like easier for the nurse and not go on and not like act like crazy or whatever. Even though I'm in so much pain, I'm still like trying to act fine. This was at the beginning though. But I could feel the contraction was getting worse. And then they left me with this machine on. And what is so horrible about that machine is it's strapped around your stomach. Then it's strapped to this thing that is showing you the baby's heart rate. But now, contractions and everything really like press on your bladder and press on all the stuff. So if you need to go to the toilet, what they were telling me is you can't want to keep on going to the toilet because then we need to restart the 4 hours of this machine. And I was like, what horrible technology is this? But anyway, I ended up going to the toilet like literally 4 times. I just didn't care. I couldn't care. I needed to go to the bathroom. So fast forward now, it's around about 8 o'clock, guys. And my contractions is on a other level. Like, this is where doctors then came in to come and see me. The doctors that like you give birth by at the public hospital. Mind you, they all interns. Like, the doctors the doctor that came there was like a young Chinese girl. Anyway, she came there and they're kind of cold. It's almost like they're so used to this that they don't care about you. Like, they don't care about you. Like, they've probably dealt with 500 of you before, so you are the least of their worries. So they came in at 8 o'clock when the nurse is still telling me, no, you're not where we want you yet to give birth. So the doctor can come feel me and tell the nurse I'm like 3 or 4 centimeters dilated. So I was like in active labor. And then the nurse comes and be like, oh my word, you open. Like, I'm supposed to be happy about that. I didn't know really what she meant. Like, I didn't know you need to be open for a certain. I didn't think. So I think that meant birth is close by. So yeah, I was happy about it, but my contractions were on a level to where I couldn't really be happy about much. Morton sat in by the door, and every time I got a contraction, I would call him in, even though he's not allowed to be inside there with me. I would call him in and be like, just rub my back now. And I would rub my back also every time I'm getting a contraction, but like, not just rub my back, like as in dig into my lower back. Oh my word, what it does to your lower back when you get a contraction is on the other level. Got up the courage to ask the nurse when they come in again, nurse, you need to give me painkillers now. This is like around about 9 o'clock. I was like, I need painkillers. I'm going to die because this pain is too much. It was a pain I've never felt before. I never want to feel it ever again. So she was like, okay, in like 10 minutes I'll give you, just like maybe stand up and you can like walk in the hallway with your husband, and maybe that will make you dilate more. So I got up, and at this point I feel like crying. I got up, I then walked to Morton and I told him, let's walk down the hall once. I could literally only walk down the hall once, and I thought like, literally felt like my insides were gonna come out. And I then went to go lay back down, and they put the machine back on me. So this is kind of where it got a bit tricky, because she put the machine back on me and I could hear, it's almost like a beeping of the baby's heart. Like, it's loud, like I can hear it as I'm sitting there, and I'm hearing that the beeping, every time I get a contraction, the beeping goes like really slow, like almost to a point where it stops beeping. But I was too much in pain to think that that was something big deal. I just thought it was happening because a nurse would come in and out, but it's like they weren't coming in for me. There was another lady in the room. Oh yes, that's why they didn't want Morton inside there with me. Yeah, the beeping would go silent every time I got a contraction, and I just thought that's probably normal. And then the doctors came in and noticed it, and they were like, whoa, like that's not normal. Like, the baby's heart rate is practically stopping every time I get a contraction. And the doctor's like, look here, we need to take you into an emergency C-section right now because your baby is under a lot of stress. He really wants to come out now, and yeah, his heartbeat is just not the best, and we think that your umbilical cord is wrapped around his neck. To be honest, I didn't care about that. I was in so much pain that like I was actually like, if this baby dies right now, it is what it is. I just cannot take any more of this pain. I was kind of like in and out of consciousness, to be honest. But one thing I remember was when they came to come tell me that, I thought I was gonna die. Like, I was like, right now, am I gonna die? They're gonna cut my stomach open and I'm gonna bleed out and I'm gonna die. That is what I thought. And they made me and Morton sign this thing. Morton even said he was so worried. So anyway, I was like, whatever. I can't want to say no. So they then immediately wheeled me out. And then they took me to like what I could see was like a theater room, which like my nerves were on another level then, but you know, you so in and out of consciousness that you can't even really take note of much. Like, one thing I was pissed about was like, yo, you just let me sit through this contractions for no reason, and now you're telling me that you're gonna take the baby out. To get to the theater room, and as they were inject me into my back, my contractions is literally coming every 2 to 3 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to sit still while they give you 2 injections, one like lower in your back and one like in your spine. But they explained to me it's not like epidural, whatnot. It's not such a thick and long needle. And I didn't feel that injections at all. Like literally they were like, we are done. But I told the doctor also to wait a bit, because when I got a contraction, she told me you can't move. And I was like, I'm gonna move when I get a contraction. So just relax a bit. Yeah, they gave me that injections. And guys, when I tell you, that was the best thing ever. Like everything waist down was completely numb. I felt nothing. Like emphasis on nothing. While they were even busy, I was always trying to lift my one leg. And I kept on thinking about, that movie Awake. I don't know, it's like a really, really old movie. But like where that guy's awake during surgery and they're cutting in him and he can feel everything. That is kind of how I felt, but I wasn't feeling anything. I was just awake. And the thing is, they numbed me, and Morton was right there with me holding my hand. And then they were like, oh my word, it's a boy. And I was like, did you guys even start? They were like, yes, yeah, we're sewing you up again. Like it was that much of feeling nothing. I didn't even know that they started. And Morton said like, while that was busy, you could hear other people that were giving natural birth busy, like practically crying. And I'm here like, are we done already? Wow. So that was kind of like my C-section. I came out, everything was fine. They stitched me up, everything was fine. Comes to the healing, because that's what people say, like C-section is all fun and games until you must heal. Healing of the C-section is honestly nothing compared to contractions. That contractions was unbearable, like literally. And that is it wasn't even the part of me pushing out a baby. Like if the contractions were so sore, imagine how sore pushing out a whole baby is. I can't even imagine that. The Lord did that because I couldn't even picture myself. Like, when you can picture yourself in a big house that you don't have. One day you picture like cars and everything. I could not picture myself pushing out a baby. Then we had Rosh. And when I gave birth, the doctors were like, oh my word, your baby is so cute. Like, and then they were like normally we say babies are cute, but your baby came out really cute. It's not a lot where babies are cute at birth. And then I was like, oh, thank you. And then I thought afterwards, what if they say that to everyone? Where they're like, we say this to everyone, but with you, we really mean it. I was like, they probably say that to everyone. So please let me know if the doctors also told you, oh my word, you have such a cute newborn. Because I was thinking that's what parents want to hear. So it probably just calms us down and everything. So even if they did lie, it is what it is. Okay guys, so my hair is done. Nice like low-key Chinese buns with a lot of loose pieces of curls. Now we can start with like makeup vibes. I want to put just a little bit of oil on my path. I like doing that. So yeah, and then we had Rosh again. And also, like I said, I didn't know the gender, but I wanted a boy, and then we got a boy. I was telling everyone I'm gonna get a boy. I knew I was getting a boy. The Lord just showed me and Morton all the time in our dreams a boy. And what do you know? We got a boy. Like I said, healing of the C-section was not as sore as the contractions, like not even close. So I would definitely go for a C-section again. And also because now I am on medical aid, I told Morton, like, please, let's just make sure that if I fall pregnant anytime now, C-section is completely covered already, because I can't go through what I went through again. And what if this time they actually tell me, okay, no, you are cleared, you can give natural birth? Never. I bought concealer, but this concealer is not my color. It's almost like not light enough. And then other times I buy it and it's not, it's like too light. You see, it's like a red vibe. But it's fine because I don't use foundation, so I kind of just practically blend this away. I'm not the best at makeup. You can come for me with the hair, but not the makeup. But this year I decided it's gonna be different. I'm still gonna be perfect at hair, but I really want to try some new makeup and everything. I wet my beauty blender. So then, because I had a C-section, like I thought I was gonna give natural birth, and I was fine with that in the public hospital because then they would like just send you home and be like, okay, thank you for giving birth here, goodbye. But because I had a C-section, I had to stay there for a while. And that was, if I just had to give birth there, I wouldn't have such a bad vibe of like public hospitals. I'd be like, thank you though that they were even there to help me. But because I had to stay there for so much days, like really made me like dread the place. So first of all, the nurses are so unhelpful. All they do is come and ask you about the baby, like did the baby popo, is the baby drinking fine, and they give you your meds. That is what they do. They don't help you, they don't give you advice. Like there was literally one nurse that kept on giving me advice, like almost like you would to a new mother. And I got this box of chocolates from, I think I got it from somebody that came to come visit me. This box of chocolates, and I kept it specifically for when I left, and I gave it to her because she was the only one that was helpful. The others were so like almost like they upset to work. I guess that's what you get just from like a public hospital. Like you're not gonna get the best help. And then I came home literally like 4 to 5 days later. And literally their visiting hours are, it's so scarce. Their visiting hours are like 1 hour from 7 till 8, and then another one I think from like 3 till 4. So Morton would literally come there at 3 o'clock, and then he would go down at 4 and sleep in his car up until the next visiting hours. I hate putting on mascara because it like always smudges. You see, let's just leave that to dry, and then I will focus on that. And besides the nurses, it's like the people also that go and give birth there, like the way the bathrooms looked. And the fact that they don't wash your baby after you give birth, it's kind of like, okay, so you're gonna wash the baby when you get home, we'll just wipe it off. There was so much stuff that I was like, yo, never again. Quite a humbling experience, But yeah, I'm grateful that Rosh is here and he's healthy, and I don't really want to say that's a happy baby because he cries a lot. But no, he is actually quite happy. He's inside now with Morton. I think he's sleeping. Want to add these clips. Let me put on a little bit of blush. Let me put on a little bit of blush. A little. Do I even know what I'm gonna wear? I think I do. If you're wondering, this is what I use for my hair. This is Aphrodite Organics. This is Embracing Natural Rosemary and Clove Growth Stimulating Moisturizing Conditioner. I like using this conditioner like when I'm doing hairstyles because I feel like it promotes growth. So yeah, the other thing I was spraying was just water. Let me just change my top and I think just put on some earrings. Oh my word, guys, get dressed before you do your hair because they my one button just like came loose. Giving the same vibes, I guess. Let's just put in some earrings and then we are good to go. If you're breastfeeding though, make sure you have clothing that is like breastfeeding friendly because that's one thing that's just not working out for me is like clothing that are just not made for breastfeeding. I'm just gonna put on these little gold hoops. I've been loving them. So I feel like I look so old with big hoops, so small ones work out for me. Nothing too fancy, but we're still looking good. So anyway, guys, that was my birth story, and yeah, I have a cute little baby boy now, and I'm kind of happy. I'm super blessed, even though I had no festive season, to be honest. Even Christmas was like not the best because taking him out so young, it's just not for me. So yeah, today New Year's, so I'm kind of dreading it because right now I just want to be at home, but it's like such important family days that I need to go out, so downer. But yeah, soon it will be all over and it'll just be growing. So yeah, I'll definitely be making a lot more baby content. And also, if you want to see my son, I've been posting him. I'm not that people that hide the face, but I understand why you would. I just pray over my child a lot, so I don't really care about what people think of him, so I post him. So I made his own TikTok page. He has a YouTube account that he will only use one day, and he has a Instagram page. So Instagram's kind of where we're most active because still pictures are much better for like a newborn. Videos, we getting there, so we have a few videos up on TikTok also, and yeah, definitely go and check him out if you didn't see him yet. He's so cute. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and God bless. I'll see you guys very soon. No more long breaks.